You're listening to FlyOver Country 97.9. I am Kristina, and we are in the studio live this afternoon. A very special guest has stopped in. We have got Johnny Falstaff here. Hi, Johnny. How are you?
Man, I am doing fantastic. I was going to say, it's a little early to tell, but it's already 3 o'clock.
Yeah, it's not late by any means.
No,
but it's not early either.
Not by some people's standards.
That's right. So, Johnny, tell me, who is Johnny Falstaff?
Oh, well, Johnny Falstaff is a complex assortment of personalities, probably going through crises at any given point in time.
Okay. Now, you are a musician, and you're out doing a radio tour, so you stopped by to see us, which we appreciate. Thank you for stopping by.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yes, and Johnny, we were talking earlier, and you said he was looking for something to eat that was very Kansan.
Yes.
And tell everybody what you found.
Well, Google tells me that it is chili and cinnamon rolls.
Yeah. Now, I know if you grew up in Kansas, you know that cinnamon rolls and chili is a staple when you're in school. But it's not really something you go out and order.
Okay, well, that's quite tragic because I really wanted some.
I know. Well,
I can do chili or I can do cinnamon rolls back home.
Right.
But I can't do them both at the same time, and I really wanted to do it.
If anybody is a really fast cook and can whip some of that up for Johnny and bring it down to the station, we'd appreciate it.
Mama, I know you got some in the fridge. Bring it on.
That's right. All right, well, let's talk about your music.
Okay.
So you're an artist, and you have a new song. We'll talk about that, too. But how long have you been doing music?
Music has been a part of me since my inception, I do believe. Dad was a musician, and he had a scholarship to go on to study music, even though he was more of a rock and roll guitar guy back then. But I was a grand surprise that came along, and he didn't have to, but he did. Married Mama, and then had to put his music stuff on the back burner indefinitely to provide for us. So that's what he did. But we always had a guitar laying around the house, so I was doing that ever since I was a kid.
So do you feel like the guitar is an extension of yourself?
I've tried to amputate it, through various stages of my life, but like a lizard.
Sleeping with it? Are you
I tried that, man, but it's just so uncomfortable.
Didn't cuddle back?
No, it's hard. It's hard and cold.
Right. So you've been doing music forever, obviously, you said, and you live in Texas now, but I've read that you lived in Germany too?
Yes, I'm a native Texan guy. I'm a Texan to the bone, and was born down in Alice, and that's not Dallas, that is Alice.
Alice, like a female's name, Alice?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's down close to the valley, way down south. So we bumped around and moved around and eventually ended up in Liverpool, Texas. And got on with life there and ended up joining the military and flew off to all kinds of interesting places. But to make a long story even longer, I eventually came back and got hooked up with some folks that were touring in Europe, and started that in 2006. So I've been coming and going since then in Europe, and actually moved over there in 2014, I believe it was.
So do you feel like you're European in some ways?
No,
well, still Texan.
My skin tone, I guess, would say that, but I'm an American.
Right.
Yeah, I'm an American.
That's right. All right. Well, how would you describe your music?
Well, are we ready to get into another long story?
Oh, boy.
No,
Why not?
We'll keep this one really short.
Okay.
I don't know. You you could call it country, but that covers such a broad spectrum of.
It really does anymore. And people say to me, and I've said this before, but it's like, oh, I don't really like country music. I'm like, then you're not listening to all there is, because there's so many different types of country.
Yeah.
Especially now, I feel like all the genres are really more blending, and there's just so much more of that cross stuff going on.
Yeah. Yeah, so you don't know what you're talking about whenever you say country. I mean, and nobody else knows what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably say more honky tonk retro. Golly, man, I've tried to think about this very question and think about a quick response, a 1-2 word thing that would get it across, but I cannot.
You cannot. Now, how would you want others to walk away after they hear your music? What would they be saying about your music?
They would probably be saying, wow, I didn't really expect him to sound like that.
Okay. All right.
Good or bad.
Right. Well, if you're just joining in, I'm Kristina, and this is FlyOver Country 97.9, and I'm visiting with Johnny Falstaff. He's here visiting us. And you have a new song. Let's talk about your new song.
Okay, let's talk.
All right. Well, you have your guitar with you. So
Yes.
Are you gonna play it for us?
Well, I certainly can. I could play a little bit for y'all.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
How about you introduce it? Tell us a little bit about the song.
Oh, okay. The new song. This is as a matter of fact, this is so new that I've had to learn it. I'm going to try not to screw this up. But we recorded an album in Nashville, and a friend of mine by the name of John Evans produced this thing, and he moved from Houston to Nashville to do some producing work. And I told him I had an album in mind, and he said, yeah, come on to Nashville and let's get it done. I know the players, I got the studio, let's do it. So we went in, and I had Kenny Vaughn playing guitar, phenomenal, legendary awesomeness. He's a guitar player for Marty Stewart now, also played with Lucinda Williams back in the day, and had Dave Rowe on the bass, who is no longer with us. Unfortunately, we lost a musical soul that was larger than life. He was absolutely incredible. He used to play bass for Jerry Reed, among other Nashville legendary guys, and so we went into the studio and knocked that out and brought it back to Texas to put the cross the I's and dot the T's, and so here it is, released.
Okay.
Released a couple of songs off of it anyway. Let's see. It goes something like this, I think. It's the same old street, same old sidewalk, same old me out on the town. In my mind, a familiar story, and the same old sun is going down. Montrose is gold and gray this morning. Washington was all aglow last night. Alabama, I thought with the dawning, and the neon down on Richmond had done faded at first light. Yeah, it's the same old street. running right on time on Main Street. Shoeshine Charlie knows my name. Telephone has long been out of order. Lost the signal when the local charm went down in flame. Yeah, it's the same old street, same old sidewalk, same old me, out on the town. In my mind, a familiar story, and the same old sun is going down. Same old street, same old sidewalk. Thank you. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
And that one is called Same Old Street, right?
Same Old Street.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, where can people find it if they love it?
They can find it anywhere you might listen to your streaming music, anywhere you drink it, consume it, eat it. Whatever. It's on Spotify, Amazon, Apple, iTunes. I know I'm leaving all of the rest of
There's
them
a
out.
lot of places now that you can do that, but your best place to listen to music is, of course, your local radio station.
Absolutely. And if they're spinning my music, then I would be so ever so grateful.
Right. Well, where can people find you on Facebook? I mean, you said you got all the socials.
Oh, yeah. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I don't do Snapchat.
Don't do Snap, huh?
Don't do it. I don't do it. There's too many lives to live. And I'm down to about number 9 right now, so Snapchat is not in my future.
All right. Well, what is your goal? I mean, every musician, I mean, you right now you're out promoting your music, and you're trying to visit radio stations and just get your music out there. I mean, it is a hustle. I mean, being an artist is a hustle, but what is your goal? Where do you want to see yourself in 5 years?
I would like to see being able to put some chili and cinnamon rolls on the table whenever I want. Mm-hmm. Keeping the lights on. Mm-hmm. I don't really care about having a Maserati or a huge giant mansion. I don't care about that. I just want to be comfortable and happy like most humans do.
Well, sure. I mean, why wouldn't you want to you just want to be able to, you just want to be able to eat and pay your bills, right? And live doing what you want to do.
Well, I'm already doing what I want to do.
You just want to be able to pay your bills and
paying the bills is the problem.
And eat some good cinnamon rolls and chili.
Man, I'm lacking in that department big time.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, sorry about that.
Well, I'm gonna have to taste y'all's chili up here, man.
Right?
See how it relates to Texas chili.
Right. You still got a couple minutes, y'all. If you're gonna make some chili and cinnamon rolls, whip that up.
Ooh, we're running out of time.
Right.
It's the Save Johnny Falstaff program.
Right. Well, thank you so much for being with us.
Well,
I appreciate you coming by and stopping by and making your rounds in Northwest Kansas.
Man, it's a big, huge thanks to my radio promoter and to get me out here doing this, and it's something that I enjoy immensely, getting out here and meeting people that don't live in Austin or Houston or Dallas or anywhere else in Texas. I've been all up and down the West Coast and the East Coast, but I've never been really that much through the Midwest. So this is a treat.
Good. Well, welcome. See? Welcome to Kansas.
It's great to be here, man. Where's my ruby slippers?
Yeah, we have those out back.
They look delicious.
All right. Well, that's Johnny Falstaff. He is here visiting us. And if you missed any part of this interview, of course, we'll have it available on our YouTube page, Rockingham Media NWKS Radio. And we'll also post it on our Facebook, NWKS Radio. Thank you for listening to FlyOver Country 97.9. I'm Kristina. We're going to go back into the music, into our regular programming. Again, thank you, Johnny. We appreciate you for stopping in.